How's it going, guys? Chris back here again with some more Brawl here on MTG Arena. Today, Nicol Bolas has made his return. Um, Jeep. And this right here is the reason. Cruel Ultimatum. So this is V2 of the deck. I've been playing around with it for a while, but it has never really worked that well. The problem with V1 is that we don't really have enough creatures in the deck for Cruel Ultimatum to be all that useful. I mean, that said, hmm, we do have ways of getting things into our graveyard. I'm probably going to put Sauron. He's my biggest, I think, that I wanted to run in the deck. Sauron or Xander. And I think Xander, maybe? I was going to go Sauron, but next turn we Solemn. Solemn's not gonna do much against the Orvo, but he will block for a turn. Having colorless lance in this deck does hurt a bit too. I think I'm gonna get double blue as opposed to my triple black because we're gonna be one mana off that anyways. We might as well get a turn with a bunch of colorless mana through mana drain to achieve our goals as opposed to not having. Because if we get the triple black, this is online. Well, not online because we have a colorless source, right? So it'll take at least another turn for that to be online, and this will be another 3 turns minimum. Like if this one's 2, this one's 3. Okay, we got a triple black now. We still would have needed a double for mana drain. Although this would have put Invoke Despair online if I had gotten a black source here. I guess it doesn't matter too much. We will just do a bit of a deadly cover up. Doesn't mean we're not. Okay, our opponent is just done. We didn't get to Cruel Ultimatum. This is one of those videos where I'm tempted to just forego all of the rules and be like, we go until Cruel Ultimatum happens. Because I have had Cruel Ultimatum happen. In fact, I've had a game where I cast Cruel Ultimatum like 3 times, and that was really, really fun. But at the same time, I've had like 6 or 7 games where Cruel Ultimatum just never finds its way to the top of the deck. And we either win via Nicol Bolas based shenanigans, or we get stomped by some aggro deck, or some aggro deck just decides it's not worth the effort, and you will be black though because I have my blue source, and I could have used double blue for that, but I think Soul Shatter's probably a bit better. Let's get rid of that before it becomes an issue. GG. A lot. Oh, that was a rough game for our opponent. It's 4 minutes in, and Grixis Control has got 2 batches on its belt. Can't say can't say it's all that surprising, but it's also not all that expected either. Because like we have good enough aggro these days, you can just roll under Grixis Control pretty easily. But if you don't run into them, that's not a problem, right? Like this could be a problem because I don't really have enchantment removal, but like keep. What are the chances of that being a problem? I think I get Xander's so that I get my first blue pip, and I get my best multi pip for Cruel Ultimatum, and then I go from there. Come on down, Xander's Lounge. MH3 leaks and spoilers have been coming in again, and I have to say, some cool stuff going on. Corpse and Prince can go to the bin. There's some cool stuff in there. I won't go into any specifics until actual spoiler season starts, other than I already have, but draw 2, discard 2. Legendary spell. Okay, so it's a good Bolas card. I was worried there that I had accidentally got an anti-Bolas land on the field, and then I discarded a Fabled Passage, which would have actually done Bolasy type things. Mizzix's Mastery is what I want. That's the second cast of Cruel Ultimatum. And had I just pitched Cruel Ultimatum, it would have been an outright cast of. Interesting. It may have been an early rift, but next turn we're going to cast Nicol Bolas, and having Nicol Bolas come down on a clear board will probably be really good for me. Especially considering that, like, the turn afterwards, because Nicol Bolas is on the battlefield still, in all likelihood, I'll be able to cast Time Warp, because this will add 1 mana of any color of legendary permanence they control. So we'll get our second blue pip out of that. Haste is a concern. Like, it is something that I have to worry about. Did they really exile Vorinclex? That is... Ooh. Rude. Opponent rude. Coldsteel Heart on black. That'll be my second blue pip. I'm gonna get a Blue Delta land untapped. Probably Watery Grave. Just because it's blue black, and I feel like I probably need some black stuff this turn. Bit of Time Warp. Hmm. I think I actually just start ripping that hand apart. Voice of Hunger. And a leveler. What are we doing? That is crazy. Ouch. What are you even doing, opponent? That is nonsensically strange. Hmm. Black, black. We do take this hit, unfortunately. Then we, kill Vorinclex. Don't know if Mythic's Mastery can kick. Can overload? I don't think it can. Goodbye, Coldsteel Heart. We have one draw. Actually, we have two draws. I would have liked to have been able to overload this Mythic's Mastery, but we have to. We'll just cast it, get an extra turn, untap all of our lands. We'll get 2 cards deep with just drawing cards. Why are you not a cast trigger? Mythic's Mastery. Be taking an extra turn. Holy Blood Money. You don't say search. That sucks. But you don't care about searching anyways. You're 3 spells. There's Golos. Grabbing my keyboard so that I can full control if necessary. I've been had GG. We were so close. We could have cast it. It just wouldn't have done anything, and that's the problem, I suppose. I guess it would have drawn us cards. That would have been nice, but agreed. Agreed. We'll go on to another game. We're actually running pretty hot. I have not seen Cruel Ultimatum in as many games in as short as period of time as I have in this video so far. So that's good. That's good. I do have Solve the Equation in my deck so that I can search up Cruel Ultimatum. But yeah. It's not helped so far. It's a single tutor, right? And that in and of itself isn't always the most reliable source of things. Arena. Have we not found anyone yet? I suppose so. I think I'm gonna pause, and then I'll come back when there is a matchup. There we go. Only another 12 seconds, but we're saving as much time as we can for Cruel Ultimatum. That is a needed step for this one. Additional casts of Cruel Ultimatum. This does mean my land 4 is tapped, but hey, it happens. How do I get Cruel Ultimatum though? That's my question. Hmm. I will take that. I will take that. Make sure we get Nicol Bolas, but he will die to the Dreadhorde Butcher's trigger, so that's not great. So next turn we actually play the island. You know, we play the island, we get the mana from Mana Drain to play Lord Xander, who enters the battlefield, decimates our opponent's hand, and we go from there. What are the chances that a Rakdos deck doesn't play 5-drop this turn? I don't imagine it's extremely high, but it could be. Ouch. Go away, Mr. Butcher. I guess we get blue. Watery Grave again? Draw discard. Our opponent did not take our mana drain. 8. So they gotta discard something. Dreadhood Butcher is gone. Next turn we just get a cast Xander. Like if our opponent's not gonna do anything, we might as well cast Xander. And Coldsteel Heart can die. Discard half your hand, which is 2 in this case, because they do be rounded down. Got rid of a Burn Down the House and a Grim Bounty, which probably means they have another removal spell. Although removing Xander doesn't always solve the Xander problem. That does. GG. One more. We're at 18. We really shouldn't do one more, but we will. Because... yeah, let's do one more. I was about to chicken out, but no. We have to see it. We have to cast it. It is the card. The card for Grixis Mages. One of the first standard decks I played when I first got onto the Arena client was Nicol Bolas Control. It was the 4-mana Dragon version, because we didn't have the 5-mana version yet, or the 7-mana version for that matter. At least not on Arena. He was out, but he wasn't on the client. And I enjoyed that deck a lot. It was not great. It folded to a lot of the standard meta at the time, which was problematic, but sometimes it pulled off a win here and there. Keep. So Restless Fangs into Shore. Because Shore will come in untapped, and then we can get Xander's Lounge on. Xander's Lounge on 3. And play our Irencrag. Let's go grab Xander's Lounge. Look at that good mountain. And then we'll grab this. And the turn. We're at activation range. Yeah, I do just not be into old Vadric. He seems a bit like a bad dude, if I'm being honest. My true up for your commander, opponent. Is that the trade we're going to go for? Or is this a slip out the back? It wasn't. Okay, fair enough. Now if they play a creature, I can just kill it with Nicol Bolas. Unless they play two creatures. Trying to be very tricky, opponent. Please be despair. Okay. I'm gonna draw two cards off that. That was good enough. Problem with trying to get a Cruel Ultimatum is that with Arithmetic, we always have to choose the face down pile. Because if Cruel Ultimatum is in there, pretty screwed. Uh, Purchase? Oracle of Half Truth? This must look bizarre to our opponent. Because we have had the mana to cast our commander for a while, and we just haven't done it. And it's because I'm worried about a negate. But either it looks like we don't know how to play Magic, or that we are the most cautious mage ever. Put them into two bows, and I get one of them, opponent. That is how it works. Delayed train 65. If I can get enough good instants and sorceries in my graveyard, a overloaded Mizzix Mastery. I'll take that. Whatever that is. Let's try that again. I want the Cruel Ultimatum. We're digging for it. We're gonna find it. Choose pile two. Two lands. That was a bad pile, but I couldn't risk it. I couldn't risk it. Not when there was the option to have a biscuit. Are we gonna get counterspelled? That is my chief concern. I haven't seen any proof of counterspells, but like blue-red interaction is definitely just counterspells, right? Like I want to cast it all, opponent, to be the very best. Yeah, there's the Ionize. I thought it was hidden in there somewhere. Now, Vadrak could kill us here. He's a Storm Commander. They giant growth him, and then suddenly everything becomes very castable very quickly. And it's bad times if you're on the receiving end. Sometimes if you're on the casting end. But yeah, you see, that wasn't even an insane Vadrak, and it still was way too much. To wash away. Thinking of things that could counter my commander at one mana in red and blue. Swan Song doesn't do it. They could always have one of the free counter spells. That would do it. But there's only one on Arena, right? Like Pact of Negation. Don't have another free one. Marsh, Nicol Bolas. Oh, that's a bad sign. I have 4 mana. Ah, really? Wash away. The only card I could think of was the card in hand. Uh, that is what I want, honestly. So it's just a storm turn. They drew 7 cards. They should have something. Okay, they're upping Vadrock. Very cool. Regrowth. Mythic's Mastery. Mythic Mastery. Again. Very cool, opponent. I didn't want to do anything anyways. Oh my god. The interaction has arrived. I don't even have enough for Stilmgar's command anymore. It doesn't work, okay. These, Rin and somebody. Rin and Worldbreaker sleeves? Drawn enough cards, opponent. Please kill me. Or lose. One of the two. uh, surely they can storm now. Their spells cost 3 less to cast. Like, one more mana and we could have saved it. Alright, no more counter spells. But Lear is almost certainly going to die now. There's not a lot of way to avoid Lear dying at this point. That was a free draw 2. Discard 1 card, draw 2 cards. 2 red mana and you get 2 treasures. That is a pay 2 life, draw 2 cards. Proliferate. What are you trying to cast upon it? Overflowing Insight? That only costs 3. Like, a silver screwed me? Crackle with power. That's 15. Okay. That is true, opponent. That will be a thing that happens. How much mana do I have? I'll take an extra turn. Then I will turn that. permanent creature. Lear, you're welcome to stay around for a bit. I have 7 if I do this? They definitely have a burn spell. You can have a creature land back there. Lightning strike for the win. GG. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. If you did enjoy, remember to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you next time. Bye for now.